Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Talking TVL. I'm your digital host, Brianna Wynn, and if you don't know what this is our pre-show to the lifestyle show called Tennessee Valley Living, which airs every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Happy Wednesday. Let's just get right into it, shall we? Listen, yesterday, we aired an interview with the Miss Hannah B, aka Hannah Brown from the Bachelorette series, and I have the interview right here, but this is just ahead of her new book that she is releasing, and I think you should watch it. It was a pretty good interview. So without further ado, here's Miss Hannah B.
Last time we spoke, we were chatting again about your first ever novel, Mistakes We Never Made. Curious kind of what the feedback was from fans on that, and how did that kind of launch you now into starting novel number 2?
Oh my gosh, the feedback was incredible. I say, like, when my first book, I was just excited to be able to have the opportunity. And of course wanted something that people loved, but people truly were so sweet to support. Ended up becoming a New York Times bestseller. And people were really invested, and especially invested in one of the characters in the book, Sybil. And that really made me feel like I was going in the right direction, because little did everyone know I was already writing this book, The 4 Engagement Rings of Sybil Rain. But to see how people were so invested in her life and what her love story would be was really cool and rewarding. And now, a year later, we're here, and I'm finally able to give people what they've been waiting for.
I think it's rare to see someone as successful as you in so many ways, also then put in the work to author now multiple books. Did you ever see yourself one day being a writer, and what is it about the process that kind of keeps you coming back?
I say that these novels are like my first true dream come true, because I always wanted to write something, an art of fiction, and so that I'm here is truly amazing in on my second book. So it's always been something that I've wanted to do. I didn't know it'd be in this capacity. I didn't know that it'd be in romance, but just romance was such like a beautiful genre for me, and for how people know me, being on The Bachelorette and people following my own love stories, so that I got to do something creative and to create love stories for other people to then root for is really special, and kind of brings it all together.
Let's talk storyline a little bit, because again, it also revolves around an engagement and a wedding. What can you tell us without giving too much away?
I feel like there's like 2 layers of this book. It is first a truly fun beach read. If you've ever seen the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall, it gives those fun comedic vibes with running into not 1 but 2 of your exes on a beach, which is supposed to be a vacation after Sybil has had a very tumultuous year. She ended up being a runaway bride the year before, and it was just time for her to have some me time to relax. And that does not happen. Chaos ensues as she gets to the beach. But the other deeper layer is the book about learning to confront your past, so that you can learn to love yourself, and therefore be able to receive the true love that you deserve and that is meant for you. But it's a process that Sybil has to go on, and she's confronted in a very fun, silly way, but has to do the real deep work, and so that she can have her happily ever after.
Worth pointing out that all of this news story now overlaps with you also planning your own wedding. Just curious how all that's going for you personally. You're a busy gal.
Oh my gosh, I'm like a chicken with their head cut off, just running around here in Nashville and all over the country. I am realizing that I am a type A person trapped in a type B body, and I'm just having to give it all up and just be like, thank goodness for wedding planners, and it'll be what it'll be. But I would not say this is like my most favorite time, because there's just so much going on. I'm really excited to get to the wedding day and be there and be present. So I'm just trying my best to stay in the moment of all these things that are like true dream come trues, just all, happening at the same time to make it a little bit chaotic, kind of like Sybil. So this new novel is equally fun and I think deeply relatable, and it really is about learning to love yourself so that you can receive the true type of love from somebody else. I think it's the most important work that we have to do in our lives, and you get to go on that experience with Sybil in a really fun way.
Listen, I love a good book, and the 4 engagement rings of Sybil Rain, I feel as though I need to go ahead and get it. Shout out to you, Hannah. One thing about being a student at Bama from 2019 to 2023, whenever she had a new book out, she would always come to the Barnes & Nobles in Tuscaloosa to do a book signing. So I'm wondering, as I'm watching this interview, is she going to go to Tuscaloosa and do a book signing? Maybe stay tuned, follow her on socials, and figure that out. Okay, well, after the break, we're going to quickly go over who is coming on the show today. So give me 60 seconds, and we'll be right back. Okay, on the show today for TVL, we've got empowering women through beauty. We've got makeup tips for women over 40, which I think is so nice. And everyone needs tips. The young, the seasoned, the mature, we all need tips. So I'm very excited to hear empowering women through beauty's tips for makeup over 40. And then we've got a Zoom with AARP at 11:20, but then at 11:30, you see me here. You're going to see me there on Tennessee Valley Living, because I am going to be doing my segment, Buzz with Bree. What is that, you may ask? I'm so glad you asked. It is a segment where I just give you what's the buzz around town, what trends are happening, what drama, maybe celebrity drama it might be. It can range from anything, so make sure you're tuning in at 11:30 to hear that live on the show. And then we're going to round out the show with Taziki's, with some good summer food that they have on their menu this season. So it should be a pretty fun day. We've got makeup, we've got a little pop culture tidbit for you, we've got AARP, and then we have food at the end. So what a good show, in my opinion. And that's all I have for you today on Talking TVL. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you tomorrow.